lightweight bout between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Max Holloway. Well, his 13-fight winning streak is no more, but Max Holloway still makes this walk here tonight as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world when it comes to pace, pressure, preparation, cardio. Few guys are going to be able to match what this Hawaiian brings to the table.
And he can do it all. He's got great ability to get back up once he's taken down. He has takedown ability, but it's the range and the distance management that makes Max Holloway such a problem for everyone at 145 pounds. He doesn't seem as though he's throwing 100% effort with every strike. He's just touching you.
Right.
But the accumulation of damage that Max Holloway will put on you will make guys just fold in front of him, as we saw with Ortega and in both Jose Aldo fights.
He's a big featherweight. We have seen him compete at 155 pounds. He has said he wants to move up to welterweight before his UFC career is said and done.
He wants to beat me.
Yeah, he wants a shot at the heavyweight champ. Don't hold your breath. All right, so here he is, the undisputed UFC lightweight champion, DC, your teammate Khabib Nurmagomedov, undefeated 27-0. And history is certainly going to look back fondly upon what this guy has accomplished and puts that undefeated record on line yet again here tonight.
Usually at this point in your career, guys have made a mistake. There's been a hiccup. For Khabib, there has been no hiccup, no missteps on his way to becoming one of the longest undefeated streaks that we've seen in mixed martial arts history. And it's because the skill is so high in every facet of mixed martial arts. He has fantastic striking. He has unbelievable wrestling, coupled with his sambo and the ground control and the ground and pound of Khabib Nurmagomedov is second to none. One of the most damaging, dominant fighters the UFC has ever seen.
He is a man of principle, and no one knows better than you. There may be guys who work as hard in the game, but no one works harder than him.
Nobody works harder.
And now our tail of the tape for this lightweight scrap. Holloway is 28. Nurmagomedov is 31. He will have a 1-inch reach advantage. Now for the introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. When the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Herb Dean. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a boxer, holding a professional record of 22 wins, 6 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Waianae, Hawaii, Max Blast Holloway! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a grappler, holding a professional record of 29 wins, no losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of the Republic of Dagestan, Russia, Khabib, the Eagle, Nurmagomedov!
You've been giving your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves, let's make it official.
They touch him up, and we are underway.
Ready. Ready to fight.
All right, right, so here we go, round one of this highly anticipated tilt between the strong striker and the decorated grappler. Any chance that these guys mix it up, or are you just expecting them to stick to what got them to the dance?
I'm expecting a pretty straightforward approach from both of these fighters. The striker will try to lead with his punches and his kicks, and the grappler will try to time a takedown, time a clinch position so he can start to work towards a lot of those great judo throws that he possesses. Once on the ground, he is in his realm and will start to chase submissions.
Oh, he stunned him with that knee to the head. And another big kick for Max Holloway. Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by this gentleman.
So both guys landing at will here. Good action early.
Nice leg kick land.
Nice punch by Nurmagomedov.
Back in the...
Oh, nice scramble by him there. Takedown defense on point. He is a master in transition. Oh, collar tie.
Big head kick land.
All right, so once again, the fighters engage in the clinch. We'll see who will have the upper hand here, champ.
There are so many options to dictate and control this exact position. Who is going to take advantage of it? Ooh, big shot lands.
Man, just a beautiful combination there for Max Holloway on the other side. You may need to kick a leg here. You got to do something.
I mean, you got to do something to slow him down, right? In the fight that he lost to Alexander Volkanovski, Volkanovski used leg kicks to stop that forward pressure. You may need to start doing the same thing. He's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Just over 3 minutes to go, round one. Very nice leg kick there by Holloway. All right, he'll engage in a single collar tie. And now he engages in a Muay Thai clinch. And I think a lot of people watching wonder how you can control an opponent like that. Hard to get out of.
It's very difficult to get out of. Look and notice how tight his elbows are as he's maneuvering and moving his opponent into positions where he can get off the strikes.
So we pull up the numbers here. 28 total strikes have landed for Max Blessed Holloway. Both fighters here continuing to try to get a more dominant position in the clinch, getting fatigued in the process, I would think.
It's very taxing to be chest to chest.
Oh, nice job to defend the takedown and scramble to his feet.
Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks. Big kick.
Oh, a little single collar tie there. Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots. Just out of range with that right hook. Now he's got the Muay Thai plug. Holloway's shot there is blocked.
Nice right hand.
Single collar tie now. Oh, there he goes, attacking that lead leg to the outside. Nasty kick there.
Nasty leg kick. You gotta slow down your opponent. He knew his opponent wanted to move a lot tonight. This is the first step in getting him to slow down and fight at your pace.
So both fighters here continuing to try to get a more dominant position. Nice connection with a punch there. It's hard to recall a time in the past that his boxing looked this sharp.
He's never looked this good.
Takedown defense holds up. Oh, just out of range with that right hand.
Can't take many of those, you better check.
Oh, that's a nice strike there by Nurmagomedov.
You're always thinking wrestling when you fight Khabib, but you better be very wary of his stand-up. He's developing his skill every single day.
All right, single collar tie now.
Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range.
.30 seconds now to go in round one. Right on the button.
Game of inches right there, boy. Wow. It was a good night if that landed.
And there comes the separation now. Holloway gets caught by that straight punch. That'll get his attention. goes upstairs for an elbow. All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
Take a deep breath. That was a great round. You're controlling him everywhere on the ground.
All right, buckle up. Here we go. Round 2. Khabib Nurmagomedov and Max Holloway. Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. All right, he engages in a single collar tie here. Just missed with that right hand.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one? Big leg kick lands. If your opponent has you in the clinch, pulling down on your head, landing punch after punch, you have got to clear that collar tie, reach back inside, and try to find straight.
Defense on the takedown and scrambles to his feet. Nicely done.
Big body kick.
Well, you see why Holloway is such a fan favorite. Beautiful land there with the left hand, and now we'll see what he can do with it.
That right hand hurt him a little bit.
Well, he continues to do a nice job here defensively, protecting his head, raising the guard, and really frustrating the offensive fighter a little bit.
Lesson 1 in boxing class, hands up, chin down.
And he lands a kick to the leg now. Pretty good work on the feet tonight by Nurmagomedov. Well, if you like Muay Thai striking, this might be your moment in this fight as he gets the tie punch.
This is a massive moment for this fighter. He is a great Muay Thai fighter. Look for him to go knee, and then try to land a big one to the head.
Oh, slams him down with authority, DC. Now we'll see what he can do with it, but certainly an impactful moment in the round.
He slams him down with so much conviction, and nothing is more discouraging for your opponent than being lifted up off of his feet and then slammed back down to the mat.
Good work from the top here by Nurmagomedov. Oh, and he's able to land a strike there from the bottom. Nicely done by Holloway. All right, trying to pass here. As Glover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hips, keeping those legs locked and keeping us in full guard.
Holloway's lower jaw now starting to show signs of swelling. Well, he's really picked up the pace here in round 2. Much more aggressive now here and starting to find himself in the pocket. Got the single collar tie. Big shots being landed on both sides here. Just misses with the punch by Holloway.
He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks. Nice punch lands.
All right, he engages in the single collar tie. Oh, he eats a knee there. That does not taste good. Oh, beautiful jab by him there. Got that to the target quickly.
He's dictating the fight with a jab. Oh, nice right hand.
Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? All right, he closes the distance, gets the single collar tie. Oh, and he caught the kick.
Watch knees to the body.
Nurmagomedov gets caught with that punch. Don't be afraid to get that head off the center line. Busy in the clinch, lands that punch. All right, so a nice straight punch there after he caught the leg. He decides to punch out as opposed to going for any takedown. Well, he continues to do a nice job here defensively, protecting the head and sort of maybe letting his opponent gas out a little bit with all the volume.
His opponent sees the target, but he can't get to the target. So he'll continue to throw, and he'll continue to wear on his own gas tank.
Under a minute now to go in this one. Oh, single collar tie here.
Look at how he drives his knee right into his opponent's midsection.
Oh, strong punch there by Holloway. Combination lands for him. It was hard to see a miss in that sequence. He's put it all together.
I mean, everything is just flowing. He's like in a zone. It's like the basketball hoop becomes twice its size. This guy today is looking at focus mitts in his opponent.
Oh, continuing to work the body to great effect. Oh, landing a punch with the left hand now, so certainly putting it all together on the feet tonight.
Doing a lot of work with his offhand. Game of inches right there, boy. Wow. It was a good night if that landed.
Well, what a round it was, especially from a striking standpoint. DC, take us through.
High-level striking. I mean, this is what people come through the doors to see. Two men stand on a quarter, chest to chest, forehead to forehead, and let it all fly. I'm surprised nobody went out, but it does excite me for the next round.
Ready to fight? Ready. Good.
Well, most fighters can't keep up this type of aggression and pace, but you don't have to worry about this guy. He hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down tonight. Nice punch by Max Holloway. Oh, collar tie. Able to check that kick as well. Lands flush with that right hand. All right, he'll engage in a single collar tie. Oh, good knees here, DC. If you're on the wrong end of those knees, what are you doing to adjust?
I mean, you gotta be getting out of those positions where he's kneeing you. You gotta be keeping those hands a little bit low to protect the body. You gotta just really, truly be working the entire time you guys are in close.
Well, the unofficial numbers there, bottom of your screen, pretty gaudy to this point of the fight. 140 total strikes have landed for Max Holloway. And connected with 48% accuracy against Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Down into his mount.
All right, so he postures up here and now figures to rain down some ground strikes.
Yeah, the ground and pound will be aplenty from this position.
All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Strong bottom work here, staying busy. Keeping busy here off of his back. Nice offense from the bottom. All right, working inside his opponent's guard here.
You cannot sit in these jiu-jitsu guys' guards. And you can't have one arm in, one arm out. Guys will start throwing up legs, chasing triangles.
Oh, really nice work to keep busy off of his back as he lands some more offense here from bottom. Oh, man, this ground and pound is good. Probably my favorite striking realm in MMA, and he's as good as it gets.
The problem is his opponent is not controlling his posture. He's allowing his opponent to get up, and when he does, he creates distance and space to land these beautiful ground and pound combinations.
Holloway's lower jaw looking extremely swollen now. Oh, nice job using his strength there to posture up. We'll see what he can do now.
He's going to start looking to land big shots from the top.
Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. Oh, and he escapes up to his feet. Very nice. Oh, a little single collar tie there. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. All right, so he's landed some good shots tonight, but this is not a combo meal, right? No three-piece, no soda. It's one and done more often than not.
John, don't you come to me without a combo. I want the whole platter. Give him the whole platter, young man. Put some punches together. Make this guy take the whole thing. Give him more than one strike. You have now found a setup punch. The jab is landing consistently. Find something that's going to go behind it.
Just a slip there.
You can really limit the mobility of your opponent with those leg kicks. Nice.
All right, both fighters now continuing to try to get a more dominant position. And he caught the kick. We'll see what he can do with it. You wonder if the offensive fighter's going to start to get frustrated here. Most, if not all, of these shots are getting blocked.
They're getting blocked because he's fighting one of the best defensive fighters in the UFC. It's very tricky when he throws that body kick.
Well, Well, you got to admire the urgency here. He is trying to keep the judges out of it, lighten up his opponent left and right. Effective punch there by Nurmagomedov.
Huge knee lands to the clinch. Nice body kick.
Nurmagomedov gets hit by that leg kick. May not be a bad idea to start to check some of these. Visibly limping here.
Beautiful head kick.
Oh, man. You jumped out of your seat a little bit after that kick.
Oh, I did, because I have times where I've been kicked like that. And I'm going to tell you one thing. It does not feel good. There's no give on that leg
And
kick.
both guys really throwing with authority. All right, some really grueling work here in the clinch. Both fighters really struggling to gain a dominant position.
That happens whenever you understand the position. Both know exactly what they need to do. And when both fighters are trying to do the same thing, it's very, very difficult to get the desired result.
Sit back, relax, and breathe. Listen to me now. You're getting sloppy with those takedowns, okay? I don't want you just going blindly with the takedown.
All right, next round is underway. He did a great job in the previous round, largely untouched. Reminds me a little bit of Dominic Cruz, the former UFC bantamweight champion. Defense is the primary focus, and that was certainly evident in the previous round.
Yes, Dominic Cruz was one of the more brilliant defensive fighters we have ever seen. He did it with footwork. This man tonight has done it with his blocking skills, with his vision, and his ability to just not be where his opponent thinks he's going to be.
Well, he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down tonight. He continues to connect on a high volume of strikes here. Oh, man, his leg kicks are outstanding, and you saw a great example of that just there.
And you see his opponent starting to slow down. He cannot take many of those kicks. He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his strikes, he's landing. Nice straight punch.
Oh, beautiful strike there as he lands up top, and he does so right after catching the leg. So maybe you thought he would catch the leg and go for a takedown. Instead, he goes for the punch, and he certainly found the range on that one. Combination lands for him. He is really putting his strikes together tonight.
I mean, he's feeling himself tonight, John. He's doing a great job of putting everything together.
Well, he's always on the counterattack, but a nice leg kick there by Holloway. Pretty good right hand. Single collar tie now. Holloway not having it. Back to the feet now. Oh, and he connects there. Pretty nice punch there.
Great job finding the range to land those punches. Oh, nice. Nice.
Good series of strikes for him there. Staying busy and staying accurate.
I mean, the accuracy is unbelievable.
Throwing that jab now again. The fighter evades. Holloway gets caught by that elbow. It doesn't look like there's a cut, but he'd be wise to get those hands up. 3 minutes remain in the round.
Big punch lands through the middle. Right where he wants to be, in the clinch.
Ooh, and he caught the kick. All right, single collar tie now.
Big kick lands. Sneaky head kick.
Not much behind the takedown offering there. All right, he engages in a single collar tie here.
Oh, big punch lands.
And he landed the right hand there. Got the single collar tie. Nurmagomedov's torso, specifically that right side, has absorbed a lot of damage tonight. And here comes the purple, the black, and blue. A definite bruise starting to form on that right side. Man, he's timing his shots nicely. It's like Tom Brady out there. He hasn't missed the target.
I mean, you insist on bringing in Tom Brady. Stop it, John, stop it.
Stuffs that takedown attempt without issue. And they separate. All right, he engages in the single collar tie. The right punches there.
Look at how he turns his hip into that leg kick.
Oh, stuffs the takedown without issue.
He has a commitment to kicking tonight, and it shows.
Looked like he clipped him with a left-hand counter there. 90 seconds now remain in the round.
I mean, he's cutting down the size with these beautiful leg kicks.
Muay Thai plump.
Great punch landed with so much power. Nice kick. These guys are going at it. Beautiful body kick landed right under the elbow.
Final minute to go here in round 4. All right, he closes the distance, gets the single collar tie.
Switch knee lands to the body.
Oh, elbow to the head there by Holloway. Oh, single collar tie here.
Nice punch lands over the top.
Oh, an obvious limp there. His leg hurting for certain. Oh, collar tie. Ooh! All right, so a nice job there defensively to raise the guard and prevent any damage.
Those hands never leave where they're supposed to be, and if you do that, most times you will block the shot that's incoming.
10 seconds to go.
You don't know when that leg kick's coming.
Oh, nice strike landed there by Max Holloway.
That was perfect, bro. You were doing great. Jump. Get out there and lock it.
All right, let's take a look back at some of the replays from that last round.
Unbelievable to see these high-level competitors get in each other's face, tuck their chin, bite down on the mouth guard, and just let it all hang out over the course of 5 minutes.
All right, we'll see how it goes here in this next round. A high number of kicks landed there in the previous round, and at some point, these are going to really start to take their toll.
They do start to take an effect whenever you're taking kick after kick after kick, and watching him fight with that knowledge and that patience shows his fight IQ. There's no tell on that leg kick.
All right, he'll engage in a single collar tie. Just missing on the high kick there.
Ooh, what a punch. Look at the angle of that nice body kick.
A little single collar tie there. Hook to the head there by Holloway. All right, so once again, they will clinch, and we will see which fighter is able to advance their position from here.
Who's going to be the first one to attempt the takedown? Both of our combatants have the ability to score and secure the position. Who's going to be the one that makes the first move?
Well, no surprises. He connects once again, and that looked like it landed right on that.
Right on the cut, and he's targeting it, right? He's looking. You can see him almost putting a laser beam on that cut and just putting his hands on it. It doesn't take much. Just keep making it split, showing his opponent that he has no mercy.
Looks like his leg is hurt here. You can even see him limping a little bit. Just missed with the left there. Blocks that strike.
Ooh, head kick lands and he's hurt.
Starting to gain some confidence here on the feet, and to that end, there's the roundhouse kick.
You know he's feeling good when he's throwing those beautiful roundhouse kicks at every part of your body. Right under the elbow, the body kick lands.
Stuffs the takedown, no problem. And now he's got that tie clinch. We'll see what he can do with it. Well, it's one thing to have length, it's another thing to use it, and he does it as well as anyone. Nice kick there by Holloway.
Look at him drive his shin into his opponent's body with that body kick.
Well, that knee strike attempt blocked by Holloway.
Oh, nice right hand by Max.
All right, well, it's late in the fight. Time is of the essence, and when you're clearly losing and you know you need a finish, risk management goes out the window.
Oh, yeah. No more risk management. Either get knocked out or you knock him out. One way or the other, you're going to lose. You can lose by... Oh, man, look
Oh, you gotta stay busy on the bottom. He's doing it here. Nice punch. Under 2 minutes now with which to work. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You gotta be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Nurmagomedov. Pretty good ground and pound by him here. He told us on Thursday he needed to be more effective in these situations. Certainly effective tonight.
Many people have gone away from this style of fighting. This man has embraced it, and you are seeing why he's one of the best that we've seen do it in a long time.
Back to his feet. And he connects there with a punch, so pretty good striking display by him thus far.
He throws everything so straight and so accurate. Right hand punch to the clinch.
Well, I know Javier Mendez has said Khabib likes to go southpaw at times in training. Looks pretty good on the feet tonight.
He looks really good in the stand-up. That is a part of his game that's underappreciated. He's a very good striker, and as he gets more comfortable in the octagon, it will continue to show. Head kick.
Oh, nice job there defensively to block that knee attempt. Good work by Holloway. Single collar tie now. Oh, man, that's a nice kick right there.
He's doing a great job of landing that kick over and over again.
Now he touches him with the left.
It's such a fast leg kick. What a punch.
Nurmagomedov gets in the clinch again. This has historically been a good position for him. Let's see how he attacks here. 20 seconds to go in the fight. And they separate. Holloway gets hit with a kick. All right, he lands a hook there, DC. Now we'll see if he can follow it up.
When you throw a hook, it can go around the guard of your opponent.
What a fight! All right, so the fight goes the distance. We'll take a look back at the action, but should go his way given all he got done in the striking game.
Yeah, he did a great job of landing at will, mixing up the target, doing everything that he's become known for in order to cruise to a very good decision. I know he didn't get the finish that he wanted so bad coming in here tonight, but he had a phenomenal performance, and he showed that he's one of the best fighters in the world.
The official decision is in. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 50-45, 49-46, and 49-46. For the winner by unanimous decision, Max Holloway.
All right, congratulations to him. He is your winner by unanimous decision, and certainly a dominant performance here tonight.
Yeah, he did a great job of just dictating and controlling all the engagements of this fight. His opponent never